Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jay, and this is Football Talk. And in this one, we finally got maximum football gameplay and beta. Finally. And oh man, I made a couple videos on my channel about maximum football. I reacted to a couple. And man, oh man. Like I've been keeping up with it like on the side just a little bit every now and then, like anytime I check Twitter or X. I get up there and check it out and stuff. But I did not see the trailer. I did see on my timeline, but I didn't click on it because I was kind of banking on a video was gonna be made or me reacting to a video, so didn't want to do that. But if you guys do want me to react to the trailer, just let me know. Just let me know in the comments below. But without further ado, though, let's jump right into it. Ooh.
Maximum Football released their beta today on PC, so we can finally see where this game is at gameplay-wise. They also released a really nice...
Isn't it free to play too?
Here. Now, I will say, when I saw this trailer today, I was kind of blown away. I was not expecting it to look this good. I've been covering this game for the past year or so, and it's gotten some delays, some pushbacks, but finally, we're getting a real good look at gameplay. Now, I will say that some of the shots in the trailer, much like all the other sports game trailers, it doesn't always exactly look like that in game. The cinematic shots, up close shots, you usually don't get it looking exactly that clean.
The uniforms are so clean though.
Good. It showcased some good gameplay, some animation, to showcase some of the customization and stuff like that was in the game. So while seeing the trailer, I was really hyped to go download this and give it a try. It is an open beta, so if you have a PC that's capable of playing modern games, you can download this on Steam and play it. It's
ooh, I might gotta download it. I might gotta download it and play it.
Year first, and then it's coming to consoles later. It is a free-to-play game, which is probably the big...
Okay, yep, okay. It is free to play.
Unreal Engine 5, but keep in mind, it is still an indie game. This is not a AAA game. It's not a Madden. It's not a 2K. It's not a College Football 25. Doesn't have that kind of budget. But for an indie game, this looks like the best indie football game that we have had. It actually is going to have a pretty good amount of features at some point later down the road. But for the open beta, which you'll see here shortly, I'll have some gameplay.
The graphics, I ain't gonna lie, looks really good, really solid, especially for
and they
like an indie game. I guess you can call indie game
there to work with. But I will say, trailer looked amazing. I was blown away. Now, playing the game obviously feel a little bit different. You have to keep in mind, again, I'm gonna probably say it a lot in this video, this is an indie game, so
yeah, it's probably gonna be a little bit rough for that. I can tell it's more of a
games, current Madden, current college football. It's not
I bet you it plays like NBA Live a little bit.
Good. I don't have any problem with the graphics. I don't think the graphics for this game should be a hang up for anybody. They look pretty darn good to me. Now, gameplay is going to be a little different. I will say, the two things that's probably going to be hard for most people to get over with this game is, number one, if you're into licensed games, if you want real players, real teams, this game isn't going to have that. Now, you can create them to some degree in the game because the customization suite is going to be about as deep as
is crazy.
You can upload custom logos. You can design players to kind of look, mostly how you want, have their names and all that. But if you actually...
Oh, I like that shot. Ooh.
This isn't that kind
looking at the camera, I like that.
Hang up, I think, for people is going to be the gameplay in certain aspects, mainly the movement, because it is a really stiff movement. Again, this isn't going to feel like a AAA title. However, this is definitely
the stiff movement. Just like I said, I bet you it's gonna play a lot like NBA Live. I had a tremendous time with the last NBA Live, but very like stiff in a way, like very kind of like almost you're running in quicksand. It doesn't sound like you're running fast. It feel like you're running fast, but it's like you just got a little bit of quicksand on your foot or something like that. Like it just, I don't know how to describe it. That's how it feels. So, and by the looks of it, it's probably gonna be a very similar way. You can also tell by the builds because they're a lot more skinny instead of the actual weight of most NFL or professional football players. So
the best.
It's good though.
Indie football game that I've played. I've played a few of them, and this is way better than the old Maximum Football. If you can remember that, the OGs.
Oh, I never played. Did I ever play? I don't think I ever played the old Maximum Football.
Screen right here. This is way better than that. This is worlds different than that. Much better gameplay than that. And again, I think the best gameplay of any indie game I've played. However, movement is definitely stiff. Feels a little too slow at times. While other instances sped up, like some of the tackles seem super sped up, like a guy's kind of being shot out of a cannon almost. Ball carrier moves definitely definitely aren't good.
Oh, hit stick gonna be
Can't really do much.
crucial.
But again, this is a beta. This is a
Hit stick,
very
you
much
feel
so
like
work
you
in
about to kill
progress.
somebody.
Not similar to how Madden betas are, where it's mostly the finished game, and also keep in mind a game that's been developed for years and years and years, so it's much further along. This is a game that's been in development for about 2 years, and it's going to be releasing somewhat soon, but this is definitely still a work in progress. So a lot of things can be cleaned up. This
Alright,
better.
I ain't gonna lie, the celebration look alright, look pretty good.
It's a little bit different than what I'm used to, and again, like I know it's an indie game, so it's not gonna feel, you know, as polished in those areas as some of the other games will. But running just in general, like running the ball, for example, felt kind of useless. Like you might pop off a big play here or there, but it just seemed very much just by chance, by luck. Because
So it's a very pass happy type of video game.
a
Okay.
tackle animation, and you were able to break out one. But a lot of times you don't really feel like you have much control running the ball in general, trying to steer through a certain hole or trying to follow blocks. A lot of times you get hit instantly, like right after the handoff as well. Now, all of that aside, I'll say
damn.
the passing felt pretty good though. Ball trajectory was really good. I liked the passing overall. Pass timing as well.
I bet you deep balls go crazy.
People open. I felt you had to time where he would be when you're throwing the ball rather than just kind of pressing it and the ball coming out immediately. I think the wide receivers also have a good play on the ball. They make good attempts to go and get the ball. The only downside to the passing is there is no pass leading, so you can't lead left, right, up. Goes where it goes by the receiver. You can't lead them one way or the other. I think the route running as well overall looked pretty clean, but I think really the downsides for me, like I said, going back, the movement just being stiff.
Yeah, you could definitely tell it looks like the way they're running. Look at this right here. Right there.
Random, but not in a good way. Like they really don't react that well the majority of the time. Every once in a while, a defender will make a crazy play on the ball, and
oh damn.
But more times than not, it feels like they just don't
let's get back to 1080p, baby.
really even go for the ball. Like you could throw it in a double coverage, and you have a much better chance of the ball just landing right in the receiver's arms because the defenders.
Oh, it's one of them. Okay, so it's one of them. So it probably feels like you turn all the sliders down in Madden, and you're playing on all the sliders for the CPU are all down, and you're playing rookie. That's what it seems like from this gameplay clip. You could definitely tell, like right here, before he does the kickoff. Just go back just a little bit. All right, I like that I like this attention to detail that he's looking at ball carrier. But this right here,
crazy play on the ball.
There's 3 guys right here. 8 don't look like he that fast. Now maybe he is. Maybe he went into his 3rd gear, 2nd gear, whatever you want to say. But there are 3 people. This reminds me of the UFL. This happened last night. Was it last night or the night before in the UFL? A dude ran. 3 guys right there could not catch up to him. But this guy does not look like he got that same speed. And I would like for them to dive at him. Yeah. I feel like one person should be able to dive at him. You know, just clip him. That would be a cool animation. I wonder do they have that in this game.
More times than not, it feels like they just don't really even go for the ball. Like you could throw it in a double coverage, and you have a much better chance of the ball just landing right in your receiver's arms because the defenders will be near it, but they won't really go up to make a play on it. But every now and then they will, which is nice, but it just feels very.
So with that kick meter,
they're not making plays on it enough, in my opinion, when they're in position to make a play on it.
That's a mate.
Feels kind of clunky, kind of slow. It really feels.
I don't like that one.
The user on defense, but again, maybe it's something you just have to play more and get used to. There are definitely a lot of suctions in this game, a lot of suction tackles. I think one of the biggest gripes about this game, which is to be expected because it's indie game, it's still much a work in progress and probably a year or 2 down the line from being where we really want it to be, but there are a lack of animations in this game.
How can you tackle?
Oh, that's a good thing. We don't want an animation-based game, but that's just not how it works. You need
oh my god.
Animations are not a bad thing. It's more.
I'm just gonna go on a little rant. I'm not gonna go full blown. The amount of people, I haven't really seen that too many people this year, but the amount of people this year that was like, oh my goodness, why is Madden's got these animations? Get them out of the game. We don't need them. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know, they have cut down some animations and brung new ones in, but you need animations, especially in sports games. Sports games, you probably see the animation more so than other types of games. Especially football, you need animation. You need them. Everything cannot be physics. It can't be, because it's not going to be fun. Like, I don't get the Madden community sometimes. Do y'all want fun, crazy ass games or in gameplay, or do you want real, true to life football? Which one do you want? Because it seems like every other year you want this, you want that. Which one? You gotta stick with one and let it go. Come on, guys. We gotta strike a balance here. We want realism, but we want fun. Okay, Madden is trying to give it to you. Maybe not, maybe they're not giving it to you in the way you want it, but they're trying. They're trying to strike a balance because you don't want this. Not to say this, I just mean like you don't want some of these. The way that, was it 10? He couldn't even tackle. Dude, he's just running right with him like, hey man, how you doing, man? You doing good? Hey, watch him. Like what?
So how do they interact with each other? The physics aspect of it, it's kind of two sides of the same coin. You need physics and you need animations. This game just has a lack of animations right now, which is probably to be expected. But if they can build that up over the
I think I did hear one of the developers said that he didn't want too many animations. I could be wrong.
With two people, and sometimes nothing happens at all. Like somebody just won't even attempt to tackle. He'll just kind of run past a guy, or they will make a tackle, but it's kind of like they just meet and they fall for it, and it just looks clunky because there's not a clean, smooth animation there to take place. And I think the same thing could be said on defense and why sometimes they're not making these plays on the ball. The animations that are
my goodness,
there are some tackles that you'll see here and there that do look really, really good, but that only happens maybe like 20% of the time, whereas the other 80%,
it seems like every tackle is a hit stick.
Tackles where there's not much of an interaction actually happening.
I don't know about that kick meter.
You know, some of the running,
it might be fun. I don't know about it though.
As stiff as it is, I think kind of lends itself to that as well. The game just definitely needs more animations. That's probably the biggest piece of feedback, but I'm sure they know that. Like they're not dumb. They know.
Yeah, they're probably working on it.
Up, you know, a good animation library over the years. Also, I feel like there's not a lot of momentum and weight. It doesn't feel that way. Like I said, a lot of times you'll just meet a player and they'll just fall flat. They'll just hit each other and they hit the ground. Whereas
I bet you all the players feel the same. Ooh my good, what just happened?
And somebody will just come from behind you and you'll just suction to them and fall down. Like little things like that that make the gameplay a little rough at times. But you know, overall for an indie game,
damn,
this
he
is
shot out.
the best.
Hell yeah, they do shoot out like they in the cannon, don't they? Damn.
Something that I think if you play it for a little bit, you know, this isn't something that you couldn't enjoy playing. Now, there's no commentating in the game right now. I think they said that's something that's going to come later. They said when the game does eventually launch, it'll have a dynasty mode, which is cool. It'll later get a franchise and a career mode. So there are.
You could definitely tell this is more college inspired, more so than Madden.
So you can play with either rule set. You can play a dynasty mode or a franchise. When that eventually comes, we don't know when that's coming. We just know at some point they're going to launch the game later this year and it will have dynasty. So I think the game definitely leans more towards the college side than the pro side because it seemed like they're focusing more on that first. But again,
great minds think alike. I just said that.
For this game is, you know, to be a decent alternative where you'll have a dynasty, a franchise, a career mode. And the other really good thing about the game is the customization. It may be the deepest customization we'll see in a football game. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
EA releases the college game. We know there's team builder there, but we know there are some limitations.
I remember when they was talking, when they had showed like a little trailer about the customization.
On that, you can create whatever player name you want.
Oh, I haven't seen this one.
Teams you want and all of that. Now, looking at the editor here, they did put some of that stuff in the game. I think it's going to be much deeper than this when it drops, but they kind of let us play around with it. There's,
I'm not gonna lie to you, I like the background shot of the locker room. That's fire.
Kind of play around with. There's a ton of equipment in the game right now. I think there's going to be more of that I would expect when the game drops, but they even have some licensed equipment like some Adidas stuff as well, which is pretty cool.
Oh, okay, so they do got licensed equipment. I like that.
They've got, you know, a decent amount of player faces. I think they got 50 in the beta. There's also a ton of different like face paints you can put on your players. There's like 60 different styles of face paint. So just little things like that. It's pretty cool to see. They've definitely, you know, again, for an indie game, they're trying to do as much as they can here. They're giving you a lot of stuff here. So I do think if you have PC, you should try it out on Steam because the beta is free. Check it out. I think the game still has a ways to go, but for an indie football game, I think this is in a pretty good spot and it can only get better from here. But, you know, if you're used to AAA games and you want a game to feel a certain type of way, you know, you might not like the gameplay of this game. But if you're someone that says, hey, you know, I don't really want to play EA products,
I'll check it out. Personally,
decent alternative.
I might post a couple of videos on it.
I think being free to play and the customization, I think, are two of the bigger things that'll have.
Yeah, that is nice.
Game. I don't know how big the audience is gonna be for it, especially with college football games.
It's gonna be a small audience, but the audience is gonna gain. They're gonna be really diehards. I can already tell.
Play could, you know, get better. I mean, if we're comparing it to the old Maximum Football till now, I mean, it's.
I like the presentation though.
In terms of gameplay, so you give it another couple years, you know, maybe it does take another leap. It's on the Unreal Engine.
Ooh.
So are kind of endless there once they build up more.
I mean, Unreal Engine
hammering
is
away at it, but the
godly
game modes are
in a
good
way.
as well, and the customization is what they say it's going to be. I think there'll be some reasons to definitely play this game, especially if you just don't really like the way EA games are. This might be the game for you, so I would check it out if you got PC. That was just my little review of it in the brief time that I've played it. I think there's some good things. It's not quite the game for me yet, gameplay wise and movement wise, but I definitely left it feeling more impressed than disappointed, if that means anything to you. So I would definitely
Hey,
check it out.
that's good. That's what you want. That's what you want to hear. That's exactly what you want to hear, man. Oh man. Honestly, I'm probably gonna try it out. See if my PC, my old PC can run it. And yeah, I just I wanna see how it is. Like I said, I bet you it's gonna play a lot like a NBA Live type of game. But the customization is, yeah, it's probably one of the most customized video games, not just football games, maybe video games in quite some time. So I enjoyed this one right here. Once again, if you want to see me react to the official trailer, just let me know in the comments below. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy this reaction. Love you guys. I'll see you guys in the next one.